Hey, I'm Will. This is Carberment, and look what just came in the mail. Alright, I'm very excited. The Awaken Realms version of Castles of Burgundy has just arrived. And while I've always really enjoyed this game, I could never bring myself to buy a copy of it because it's so ugly. The original printing, and even the anniversary versions, were just so beige and drab, and the chits were really thin and lame. So I'm very excited to see what Awaken the Realms has done here. It's been certainly a little while since this game has been, on GameFound. Of course, I backed this on my own. And let's unbox this puppy and see what is inside. Don't 100% remember what level I backed it on. Definitely got the acrylic tiles. I don't know if I'm missing anything or not. So let's see here. Okay. Oh, yeah, there seems to be some space here. It is possible I am missing what I think happened to a lot of people. I'm not missing as in didn't back it, but missing as in I didn't realize it even existed. Check it out. So this is the acrylic tiles. I guess later in GameFound during the Pledge Manager, if you got in there right away and filled out your pledge, you probably didn't get. But if you didn't realize there were other tokens that had acrylic versions. So let's see what's in the envelope here. I think this is just a thank you note. Yep, dear backer, etc., etc. Very nice. Packaging is quite good. There's a lot of foam bits in here. Keep the game safe. And oh, this guy is going to be a bit of a beast to get open. And oh, there's a game mat too. Excellent. Yeah, that's it. So I do not have the acrylic other tiles, which fine, whatever. So I'm never getting this thing back in the plastic bag, but that is fine. So game mat, pretty nice. Very nice, nice big area. The printing is really nice. Love it, love it. We wanted the acrylic tiles first. Sure, let's get into the acrylic first, since this was on top of the box. Let's see where the best place to open this is without damaging everything. Right along the seam. So these are all the building tiles in acrylic, which, well, not strictly necessary. They are the thing that you're going to be pulling out of bags the most often. So I think it's pretty nice to be able to have them. Prevents a little extra wear and tear, and just feels nicer sliding them into your board. I did not go for the all minis version because that seemed excessive, having to dig in the box for minis, because you're essentially pulling tiles still, and then you have to go find the matching tile in the box, and that I felt that was excessive. So hopefully this will fit back into the base game box. I'm not 100% sure if it will, but it better. And then, okay, let's look at some of these vineyard tiles. Okay, are these stickers? No, they appear to be heat transfer on. So they've heat transferred on some of these nice designs. These are pretty great tiles. These are pretty well centered. Nice size to them. They're not so thick that they're going to be annoying to deal with, but I think they're going to slot in nicely. Some good sizes. The art shows up really nice on them too. Now the yellow tiles are one that I think people were expecting to have backs on them that have the abilities, because the cardboard versions do. but unfortunately these don't. So I guess for the more complicated ones, you have to look them up for the first couple times until you're familiar with what they do. It's probably not a huge problem really, but Awakened Realms did provide design files that you can have printed your own stickers or plastic adhesive stickers to place in the back so that you can kind of upgrade them if you like. This is kind of a, like, whoops, this was an oversight. We should have done this, but didn't. Kind of bonus. If they ever reprint, hopefully they will do that. But who knows? This box is quite a large coffin-sized box for a what's really not a very large game, but I suspect there is a metric, that is a Canadian metric ton worth of content in here. There we go. This rulebook, the pretty heavyweight paper in the front, which is very nice. The rulebook appears to be pretty cleanly laid out. It is not an incredibly complicated game, but it does cover all the expansions, all the new expansions, the vineyards. This is the Otoma, or the Chatoma, as they're calling it. Very fun. All right, player aids, help sheets. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the yellow tiles at least, so you can reference those pretty easily. There's player aids, and oh, I guess that would be the main board. So let's see this. A quick comparison to. Whoops. All right, so here's in direct comparison to. Actually, I think the printing on the mat is actually more vibrant. Like the colors pop more. Like here, take a look at the blues of the water in the corner here. So much more vibrant the printing on the mat is. I know color calibration is a very tricky thing for graphic design, and especially with dealing with CMYK, color prints, it's hard to get it right. Things can sometimes be a little darker or a little lighter. They do have ways to kind of correct that, Pantone, etc., but it can be costly or time-consuming. So it's nice that the mat at least looks nicer. There's the original cardboard pieces. Oh yeah, see with the designs on the back. And this is where it's kind of unfortunate that they didn't, I think people were expecting this is going to be in the back because they advertised, acrylic tiles, but, oh well. And then pieces are decent thickness. They're not anything to write home about, but they're serviceable for sure. Let's put these aside. Yeah, a fair amount of pieces, the animals, the vineyard tiles, those expansion contents. I'm not sure how that stuff all works. And here's the player boards. Okay. Well, they're reverse, so let's take a closer look at one here. So we've got space here, I guess, for your player character piece or something. These appear to be not triple layer, but two very thick layers, which is pretty nice. I mean, the quality of the construction here is quite fantastic. And what is this guy? Okay, there's a bunch of these sheets. I'm not sure what expansion this is. This appears to be some extra large map expansion. Maybe it was the ones the extra large ones they couldn't quite fit into the standard tile system. But yeah, look at the size of some of these areas. Like there's no way where that's fitting in. So I'm not familiar with that expansion. I'll have to look into it. Maybe this is for the Otoma. I'm not really sure. Could be, because it's pretty much just counting things. And that would be probably totally sufficient. Alright, so now we have another plastic tray here. Let's pop this open. Whoops. Okay, they're kind of individual. Interesting. There's a little cardboard bottom for it for some reason. Let's move this aside and start pulling some things out of it. Alright, so we got the dice. Show you the quality. So the quality, yeah, custom print dice, engraved, you know, fairly thick etched. Very nice. Very nice custom dice. Here we have little sticky bits for standing pieces. We have the point scoring pieces. Okay, nice. Very nice. And if you can see that there. And I guess they stack for, you know, turn order in case you're tied on something. Okay, here we have the resource tiles, or the crates. Nice wooden pieces. These are actually pretty chunky. These feel really nice. In hand, great colors. And the printing. There's a good pile of those. And here we have the bags. Now I have heard some complaints about the bags, and specifically the black one, which is why it's separate. And I think maybe they knew this was going to happen, and they put it in a separate bag. So we've got 3 bags, you know, yellow, green, and beige, and the black one's separate. So these ones are kind of like a faux leather material. Like, they're pretty thick, and I think they're supposed to be able to stand up when you know, once they're you know, stretched out a little bit. And they're very nice bags, but I've heard stories already online of the black one being, let's just say, marking, like the black on it comes off, maybe rubbing on other bags. I don't know, maybe that's why it's in here, because the black apparently rubs off. Nothing came off my fingers. I should find maybe some here. Here, let's try a little bit of a tissue here. And none of the black is coming off. So maybe my color has set more completely than other people's. But I know some people are complaining about the colors rubbing off, so be careful of yours. Maybe check yours a little bit before you start mixing things together. Here we have some coins. Very nice. Okay, yeah, they're relatively thin, but they're still quite nice. These are, I think they're pressed, not stamped. I mean, you know, I'm not really sure how that works. I think these are more molded than stamped, because the edges are pretty fine and thick raised. But anyways, they're very nice coins. And then we have another set. Oh, is this all one piece? No, this is 2 pieces. Holy! Wow, this is a heavy one. Alright, so this is all of the tray pieces for actually placing on your castle. So everyone's got one of these thin trays. They're semi-flexible. I think they'll hold up. They're pretty thin, but I think those are just to hold the tiles. When you place them in there, it kind of keeps them in place. Okay, and then we have, yeah, sure, let's take a look at some minis. So these are the castle minis. Okay, so they're washed. Not spectacular. Like the color is kind of pooled in you know, areas. I guess it's pretty typical for a wash where the color might pool in some strange places. But for like a machine wash, that's probably pretty standard. Yeah, that works okay. You know, they're going to look great on the board. Yeah, you can tell where the wash is kind of pooled in the bottoms. The player pieces are colored wash as well, and they look great as well. Very nice. I'm never going to remember where they all go. I'll have to label them or something. And then these, oh, this big chunk here, you can see how many pieces are here. This is all of the map tiles. So let's open one up here and see. Now these look relatively thin as far as cardboard goes. They are maybe even thinner than the maps. They feel thinner than the big maps. Maybe they're pretty similar. So these are going to go on your board. It's okay if they're a little thin because they're going inside your board, and then one of these is going to go on top of them. And you'll have a nice place to put all your pieces. And there's just so many variety for different maps on here. It is quite unbelievable. I don't know if any of these are specific to expansions. I'm assuming they are. It goes all the way to map 30. But a double side, so there's a fair number of them in here. For local player counts, of course. So that is impressive. Okay, well, we have another bag. There's a green one. Stuck down way at the bottom. And what we got in here? We have, there's a slot in there, and there's a deck of cards. Maybe this is the Otoma. And I've only ever played the base game of this, so I don't fully know what all the various add-ons are. Oh, this is a guy with the Otoma for placement, for playing solo, which likely you'll see me playing on the channel at some point, because I do like me some solo games, as you can probably see. You know, like and subscribe if you want to see some solo games of Castles of Burgundy. And then, oh, these are the vineyard tiles. Oh, look at that. 4-layer. So I don't know if you can see that closely. So as I kind of turn towards the light here, you can kind of see the 4 layers to the board. Filling those vineyard tiles is very nice, very nice. I think that, and then underneath the bottom, oh, okay, there's a little tray. There's a little washed plastic tray, probably for keeping the vineyard tiles on them so everyone can see them. Very nice. Okay. Well, I think that is pretty nice. I don't know what people were complaining about not getting the tiles. Maybe I have the upgraded tiles. The upgraded pieces. Were they talking about these? Maybe. If you got these in cardboard, let me know, because I'm not totally sure what they were talking about in the forums. I guess maybe that will store in here. I'll have to figure out how to put all this back now. That's always going to be the challenge. So cover pieces. Yeah, maybe those. What they're talking. No, they're probably talking about the other pieces. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, I think the production looks absolutely gorgeous. It may not be as functional as we hoped without the stickers for the bottom of the acrylic tiles, but you know, that's probably fine. After a couple plays, I'm sure we'll get it anyways, and there's a handy reference guide. So, anyway, I've got some unpacking and some punching and organizing to do, figuring out where everything goes. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and hopefully I'll get to some solo plays of this soon. I'm Will, this is Cardboard, and just take a minute and enjoy the games you have in your collection, the new games that come in, and all the friends you make along the way.